Okay, so I'm gonna get started repotting this linden in amongst all this grass, which was too intertwined with the root when I first got it. Um, so I just left it alone, and I pick at the grass sometimes, but every time I pull at it, it wants to pull the whole roots ball out, so I just left it. But now it's time to get rid of this styrofoam. Blech. Go there. It's pretty wet. I did water it not too long ago, but it'll probably feel happier being repotted. And gets this grass out of here. It's really wet. I gotta be careful that I don't pull anything important. Get some of this grass away. Okay. Let's see. What's in here? Well, there's some. It feels like some pretty fine roots down here. Just not sure if I'm pulling roots that are for grass or roots that are for this tree. I don't have the hoses outside hooked up yet. I may end up having to actually rinse this one free, depending. Just kind of sticking the ends of the tines into puncture through the thickness of this soil that it's in and the root webbing. So it's going to be messy. Let's see. I don't really know much about linden. I'm going to have to take a look-see. I've seen that some of the other bonsai people do have linden trees. So hopefully I can get some tips from them. It seems like it's just a regular old temperate deciduous tree, so not expecting. Ugh, God only knows what my fingers are touching right now. Now, I may have to swish this in a pail to loosen some of this muck out of here. This is classic muck. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go get a bucket ready and put some water in it. Okay, giving it a good swish around in the bucket. Well, it certainly looks like it has a lot of roots for not so much of a tree. It's one of the things I don't like about growing things in narrow type cups. It seems everything wants to circle and girdle the trunk, or girdle the bottom of the container. Some of this might still be grass. I'm trying to take a look at it. Looks like there's certainly live roots. There's a set of roots about this high up. The base. See, you can see right down here. Maybe you can. That's right here is the base of the base of the trunk. Let's take a look from the underside. See if there's a, there we go. Way to loosen some of this up. Some of these roots feel really, really, really fine, and I think they're grass roots. Well, no taproot really, unless it's really coiled around. Still looking. There's definitely a bunch of roots right here that are growing upward. Okay. I'm getting things a little bit straightened out here. This is really a tangled mess. There's a root right here. There's some new white roots. Try to get them. There's quite a bit of a little curvature to the base of this. This one has some little bit of fine right there. I'm taking it off here because it bends away in the wrong direction. Not sure if this root is alive or if it broke already. May have. I think I'll just take it off. May have to grow a new root from that spot. It's a spot that needs a root, but that one broke. It was growing up too high anyways. So come around this direction. Okay, this root's weird. It's got, something's got a double S bend right here. I'm taking that off. Maybe it'll grow straight from there. Curvy bit. Let's see, I'm going to take this from here. Goes away. I got a root coming straight across from the opposite side, and it's a little higher than I would like it to be, I think. Okay, much smaller root system than I had when I started. Look, it's barely anything. But for right now, I'm satisfied with that. I'll see if I can get it to grow. And this pot is a little deeper than I want, but it's what I'm going to use. Let it get some vigorous growth. Definitely want more thickness on it. Let's see. Put my mesh tape in the bottom. That stuff, mesh, fiber tape. Just covers those holes so the big stuff doesn't fall through. Or this is bonsai mix, but I also put a good portion of organic material in it, just because this tree is going to be growing for a while, so it might as well have some nutrients. It doesn't need all bonsai soil because I'd like the trunk to be thicker. Learn a little more about it before I decide to do any kind of a styling with it or anything. See if it has any preferences on how it wants to look or be. So that's the mix that I've got. I believe it's pumice, red lava rock. No, pumice. I think a clay and shoot, I forget what the mix is now. Might be pumice, lava rock, and calcined clay. Mixed with the organic soil that my friend uses for his trees. He's the one that gave me this tree. So it's a similar type of soil that it would have come from. It's probably got a sphagnum in it and stuff like that. Make sure I don't have it. I don't want to bury that root line that I like. Let's see. I'll probably set some rocks. I have some rocks there, just to keep it from tipping or falling or getting bumped until this root spread can grow. And so this is the state that it's in at the moment for its next phase of growing. Munchkin, get out of there. So this is the linden. Let's see, maybe pot it like that. When I get the rocks in here and water it in, I'm going to soak it. You can get the rocks on it, so it should stay like that. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, I got a bit of learning to do about that one. And then my blueberry, I brought that in to take a closer look at it. I thought I might need to remove this. Two of the branches have wire on them, but I've decided to leave them on longer because they're not actually biting in at all yet. So I will wait longer before I change that. Let me see if I can... It's easier to see against that. There you go. See if I can come in closer and see the buds. I can't remember if blueberry flowers before it buds out with leaves or if the leaves come first, but it definitely has some buds on these tips. You can see the wire on this branch here goes up this way, and then I have wire on this branch here coming up, and then they're kind of bound together to bring both of these a little more in a crown. I'd kind of like there to almost be a void here a little bit, like an openness with green branching all around on this clump form eventually. This one and this one are probably both sacrificial. This one for sure was going to be sacrificial, but we'll see how it goes. I really, really like it. This blueberry. Okay, so I got finished with soaking the linden. It's all nice and hydrated now. It's got a lot less roots than it had. The pot started to crack. It's apparently a lot older than I realized. So I stabilized it with some mesh, and I put it inside another basket so that I don't be carrying around that sideways. This will stabilize it a little better at the bottom when I need to move it around or take it to be watered. Gonna look up some more information on this tree to try to find out anything special about it. And we'll just have to wait and see what it does in the spring. Thanks for joining me for this repot, and I will have some more stuff going on here real soon. Thanks for sharing your time with me here at Bonsai Druid. And this is the little furball who's so interested in what's going on. I keep finding him hiding underneath my feet. It's staring up at me when I'm trying to do my trees. Aren't you? Aren't you? Yes, you are. Yeah, that's you. Magda says bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.